Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Atrocious Gameplay. I got a fun deck for you all today. Very interesting that I haven't seen a twist on this archetype yet. It is a lightning-based well, it is welder-based, but it's got lightning in it, and it utilizes lightning Pokemon, which is really, really cool. So this is a deck list that I saw on Twitter made by Vince Mallow. A lot of you may know who that is, popular Pokemon player in the community. I believe JW Creewall or Flex Daddy Righteous was the first one to kind of bring this idea and start like trying to build a deck around, lightning Pokemon and the Mew3, but Vince played around with it a little bit more, tried out a couple different ideas, and I believe the evolutions of Jolteon and Flareon are unique. This is a very, very interesting build that I'm excited to show you all today and excited to play for the channel because we've seen a lot of different iterations of Mew3 ever since Henry Brand won the World Championships with it in 2019. And this will be very interesting along with the Choo-Choo, the Tandem Shock. You've got the Tapu Koko to accelerate those lightning energies, but you also have your kind of basis Mewtwo staples, if you will, with the Reshiram and Charizard. You got the Flare Blitz Charizard in here. You got Incineroar, because Darkest Tornado is just insane against some VMAXs like Eternatus or Centiskorch and stuff, and Crushing Punch overall is a good move in my opinion. You got some Vikavolt in here, and then you got a bunch of other support Pokemon. With the Jolteon, it's very interesting. That GX of Jolteon's Swift Run is very niche, I want to say. I don't know if that's the GX that you will use a lot, but it is still very interesting with Swift Run, 110, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage, done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. That could provide very, very strong opportunities for you. And then Electro Bullet is just a 1 energy, able to do some setup stuff, which is really nice, and Head Bolt doing that 110. And then Heat Stage for the Flareon, attaching 3 energies. So this is another energy acceleration. So if you have 3 energies in your hand, you can attach all 3 of them, or 2 or 1, whichever you prefer. Especially if it fits depending on if you have Welder or not in the deck. But this could be very, very interesting because not only does this give a little bit of setup damage like Eternatus's Power Accelerator, right, on Eternatus V, but with the Welder, with fire energies, and all these strong fire attackers that you use in the Mewtwo deck, this could actually be pretty decent. And then Bright Flame, discarding the energies. I don't know exactly if you want to use Bright Flame a lot because it does discard the 2 fire energies, and there's no way that we get fire energies back in this deck list. There's no like GX move, or there's no Turbo Strike anymore or anything like that. There's no fire crystals in this deck. So it's a little bit tight on the energies, but you are playing a lot of energies, 10 fires, 4 lightnings to be specific. So hopefully you don't run out of energies during the game, essentially. And then especially with, Power Burner, maybe you get a Welder attachment super early, you get an attack off of the 3 energies like Crushing Punch for some setup damage. And late in the game, especially when all of your fire is in the discard, you can use Power Burner to finish off an opposing Pokemon. They could do up to 180 damage, right, if you have 1 attached to a Pokemon and then 9 in the discard. So could be something that you use. I would say 180 damage for 1 energy is pretty good in my opinion. Plus you can use this kind of at any time, and so this will be a really interesting list. I'm excited to try it out, so if you want to check that out, and before we get into our first game, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy our content here on the channel. This week is going to be very interesting for content. I'm going to try to do a different format every video that we do this week. So I'm really excited about that. Our Thursday is going to be geared more towards like beginning players, and then our Tuesdays is going to be like more of the standard format and stuff, and then Saturday is just going to kind of be of a mix. Could be a deck profile of like expanded or legacy, could be some Pokemon booster box investing videos. I know a lot of people are very into investing as of right now, and it looks like we're playing maybe like Charizard breaks in, I think. So this will be a very interesting matchup that I haven't played yet. So I'm excited to see how this goes. There's a Reshiram and Charizard. That's one of the 2 pieces that are in this deck. An energy spinner. Maybe it is. Maybe it is actually. So looking at this hand right now, we are obviously we might need to Dedenne away the Welder, which is a huge feels bad. Yeah, there's the Charizard breaks in right there. They're probably going to get a turn 1 attachment somewhere, some way. I think what we're going to do is we're going to Cherish Ball for like a GX that we want to throw away right away. And then go ahead, Quick Ball Dedenne. I'm probably going to go for Flareon first, so then I can accelerate the energies, especially with Brilliant Flare. You know, they can get a lot of stuff to disrupt your hand, whether that is a reset stamp or like a Marnie or something like that, or even Jesse and James, I would say. So you'll want to get rid of those fire energies as soon as possible. And look at that, we got another one that we can throw away as well, which is very nice. We're gonna go ahead and Flareon is prized. Okay, that changes things just a smidge in my personal opinion. So how do we want to do this? I think we want to grab the Incineroar right here, because the Incineroar with Darkest Tornado, if they want to go ahead and hit us with like a Crimson Flare Pillar, or maybe go into Reshiram and Charizard with us, the Darkest Tornado could be very, very good in securing that first knockout, which will be very, very good for us in my personal opinion. So let's go ahead, grab Incineroar. And then we'll go ahead and discard it. And we definitely need some stuff going on in this turn. So we are going to Dedenne change. Throwing away a lot of good stuff though. You hate to see it, but you never know. I'm thinking about putting this Choo-Choo down. I might go against it though, because that just makes it even easier for Outrage to KO in comparison to like Mew3. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're just going to go and Dedenne away this hand. Bye, Welder. Hope you find your dad. Ooh, only 1 energy. Woof. Not a start that you want to see, but at least we get to Welder 1, right? So let's go ahead. Let's just Welder the 1, because I think that's all that we can do at this point. Want to try to get something going right here. And look at that. We got a lot of great stuff right here. I might want to put this Mewtwo down on the bench. No, I don't think I want to put the Mewtwo down on the bench. We're going to try to hope that they hit us with something, you know, with our slow start right here. And hopefully it ends up working out. We have an out for Dedenne, and we're just going to go ahead and pass. So the Flareon being prized definitely hurts, especially turn 1. But with 2 Welders gone already, I probably wouldn't want to use the attack anyways to accelerate those energies, especially when I don't have the good old Giant Hearth in here to be able to find our energies. I don't even know if we really want to use Giant Hearth anyways, because Giant Hearth inherently like helps our opponent. So I feel like if you're playing Giant Hearth, that's like the last thing that you want to do almost. So this will be really interesting, especially if they go Outrage right here. They might go Outrage. I have no idea, but they put us in a position to where we could either... Ooh, they're just going to Double Blaze right away. Okay. You could definitely do that. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to Cherish Ball first, though. Yeah, I'm going to Cherish Ball first. Grab something out of here. We'll grab Dedenne to give us that guaranteed draw spore. Plus it gets a 1 extra out of there in case maybe I whiff an attachment on this guy right here. But there's 3 fire energies. Oh man, I don't know if I want to throw all of those away. We could maybe try that. That's 6 right there. Oop, well, I guess we're going. I didn't bring it back far enough. That's fine. That is totally okay. So here we go. We have a Giant Hearth right here. We're going to get an attachment right here. And then we are actually going to Quick Ball. Yeah, we're going to Quick Ball this away. We're going to grab Tapu Koko and then go ahead and bust out the Koko right here. We're going to put it on these 2. And the reason that I'm doing that now instead of grabbing like another Dedenne or something like that is because I want to use this Giant Hearth next turn to be able to use like Tandem Shock or something like that. Now we have a way to retreat and Tandem Shock this Charizard breaks in right here. So again, Darkest Tornado, bam, taking a knockout right there. It only had 290 HP, and now it's kind of stuck. They're going to have to decide. Hopefully they just go into maybe Volcanion and try to attack with the Volcanion. That would actually be pretty nice in my personal opinion, but a lot of different support right here that I really, really love. It's going to be really good for us overall, I think. So right here, they're going to attach the 1 energy. I wonder if they go Flare Starter here. If so, we're going to bring up Eldegoss, and we're just going to hit this Charizard breaks in. Honestly, we have both of our boss's orders right here. I could see them going for a reset stamp at this point as well with Green's Exploration, especially because we just took a knockout. That'll be interesting. We do have nothing in there, so all we need is an attachment. Deciding not to go for the stuff, going for a welder instead. I wonder where they're gonna welder, but Big Charm going right here, going into Flare Starter. Okay, so yeah, I think we're definitely gonna go Eldegoss here. I definitely think we're going Eldegoss. We also have reset stamp, so we know that they have a welder in their hand. Definitely want to get that out of here. Definitely want to get that out of here. And I am going to go... I think I actually want to quick ball away the Mew3 right here. I want to use the other stamp for when they bring the Charizard breaks in up, maybe, and use Brilliant Flare. Maybe I can't knock out or anything like that. But we'll save the Cherish Ball for the switch. We'll Eldegoss right here. We'll grab the boss's orders. We'll boss's orders up that, and then I think what we're going to do is maybe Crushing Punch. We could try to get another energy. I don't know if we want to get another energy, though. I think maybe that's what we have to do, unless we want to try to throw away something with the Cherish Ball. But I'm trying to think right here. Nothing can really help us because Outrage won't KO. We get an energy attachment. The Flare Strike wouldn't KO either. So I think maybe Crushing Punch is a fine idea, to be honest, because I definitely want to save that for like a Dedenne next turn, to be able to get some stuff to try to win the game. So let's just go ahead. Let's use Crushing Punch right there, do some setup damage onto it, and put them in kind of an awkward spot, especially since we reset stamped a wave through their greens. And we've got this guy on the bench right here to be able to use like a Tandem Shock as well. So Tandem Shock would KO if they do take a knockout. They could also use the Crimson Flare Pillar GX if they don't have a way to attach more and more energies, like a Welder for 2 attach to use the Brilliant Flare for KO. They could use the Crimson Pillar Flare, but that makes it even easier because all I have to do then is just manually retreat and then Tandem Shock. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do at this point. But yeah, content's going to be really interesting this week, especially here on the channel. I know there's been a lot of new people that have joined like either the Discord or the YouTube, and you know, they've been telling me in comments like, hey, I love your beginner videos and things like that. I just started getting into the game and stuff because there has been an influx of maybe players as people like Logan Paul or Logic and stuff have opened up Pokemon cards. I've talked about it on the Metapod podcast, a podcast that I do weekly on Tuesdays with Gyroshan. A lot of you may know who that is. But these next couple weeks are going to be very interesting. I'm going to try to structure my weeks as Tuesday is always going to be a standard video, just like this one. We're always going to do the standard format on Tuesday. On Thursday, I want to try to do deck profiles over theme decks, because again, you know, there's a lot of new players. That could be some really good content for my peeps, especially just starting out the game and playing the theme deck ladder. You know, which theme deck is kind of the best ones, I would say. So that'll be really interesting if we do that. And then Saturday will be a different type of video, whether that's expanded, legacy, could be some investing videos, whether that's I go back to the full art supporters or I go back to the booster boxes. It'll be really interesting to see how it goes. And that switch there is actually kind of a big deal, I think, because now they're going to get a knockout with a high heat blast, and I have to decide if I want to utilize my Tandem Shock here. So very interesting play by my opponent. 160 is what KOs, and I don't think I have really anything that does. Well, Tandem Shock does do 160 if I manually retreat, so that's really, really nice. But could be a tough match here now. But let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to reset stamp for sure. I think I want to reset stamp them down to 3, kind of put them down a little bit. I think what we want to do is we want to throw away the Reshiram and Charizard, go boom boom. Go right here. Just go manual attachment at this point. And then what we can do after, right, is we can do another manual attachment here. Maybe I should have actually only taken one. Ooh, I don't know. No, I think our hand's probably good right here. I think we're pretty fine. I don't think we're gonna get stamped or anything like that. But let's go ahead. Let's use Tandem Shock. Ooh, not actually going to take a KO. It's 170, but yeah, we don't have the goods to be able to knock this out. But unless they go like a double switch or something like that, they're not going to be able to hit us. So then we'll be free to use like, I don't know, Outrage for a KO. So that'll be really, really good. I hope they can't get it, but you got to be really careful with the math, especially. So because this is taking just a smidge longer, why would you not use Mallow and Lana there? I wonder if they've got something up their sleeve right now. But because you've been here, because you've been hanging out, once we get into my turn, let's say, you're adding a ton of energies right here. Who are you hyper potioning to as well? Probably this guy right here, because that's the 120. Ooh, that's relevant damage. That is relevant damage for sure. So they're just gonna pass right there. I have no way to boss. Ooh, this is tricky at this point. Because we could just Outrage KO. So let's attach right here. Let's do this to see what we could do. We could use Electro Bullet and do some set. Actually, this is the play that we're going to use because I forgot that we pulled Jolteon off the prizes. We could use this as setup damage. All right, so here we go. I think we can still discard. Yep. We're going to throw this guy away. We're going to grab the 1 energy. And then we are going to use some Electro Bullet here. So then we can go bam, get some damage right there, that 40, which leaves it at 230. So now, hoping that they don't have a Hyper Potion. I think they only play 1 Hyper Potion in their list from the Charizard Breaks-ins that I've personally seen. So we might be okay. They could do a Tag Call Mallow and Lana Switcheroonie. Not 100% sure what could happen there. But as I mentioned earlier, before this person goes and attacks, let me go to this right here. They're going to Cynthia and Kaylin for something. I'll tell you what it is here in a second. But I want to give you this code card right here. This code card of Cosmic Eclipse. Hope you get something good out of that pack and worthwhile for your journey of the Pokemon trading card game. And let's see what they grabbed. Look, they are just going to Brilliant Flare. Okay, so we actually don't win because of these energies. I have been mistaken. They have 270 left. They have 270 left, and what did they grab? I bet they grabbed like a Mallow and Lana or something like that. I think they didn't grab anything. Hold on. Oh no, they had to have grabbed something. It's probably Mallow and Lana. No, it's still there? Maybe a Welder? No, I don't know. But anyways, we're in a tricky situation because we can only do like 210 damage at this point. We could Tandem Shock. We could get a switch. We could do this. We could do switch, attach. We could Cherish Ball as well. I shouldn't have used this Cherish Ball now that I think about it, because I don't want to get rid of this energy. It's our last one left. We could go ahead and retreat right here, and then we can use Tandem Shock to be able to KO. Or I'm sorry, not KO, but do it in a sense of like, okay, now you're paralyzed. Do something now. Because I don't know, unless they had 2 Mallow and Lanas and I just didn't realize it, but they're going to go Hyper Potion. Hyper Potion is fine. They're going to go Big Charm. How much health does this have? 340. We still knock out with any of our moves, really. But, oh man, Lieutenant Surge's strategy. This could be tricky. Okay, greens. They could, like, try to boss trap. I don't know. You could go, like, a boss stamp. Not 100% sure what might happen here. This is a close game, though. I'm really enjoying this game, to be honest. Very, very good. But I wonder what you grab here through greens. I wish that the Pokemon client actually told you what they got out. Ooh, they're going to try to... Well, wait a minute. If they stamp us Jesse and James, that's fine, because I have this right here. You can't Jesse and James and Boss now. So, unless you have Great Catcher, you might have Great Catcher in this list and in your hand. That could be something good to use. Try to trap that Dedenne, but, I mean, this is a card. I just grab whatever I top deck and... Oh, they're going to double greens. Okay. Okay, maybe do a Crushing Hammer to try to get the 1 energy off. I still think we... let's see, you have 340. So a Crushing Punch wouldn't actually KO. Neither would a Head Bolt. Outrage would, though. Outrage would KO. So you have to get rid of both fire energies to be able to do that. And that's assuming that, you know, you... with the Giant Hearth as well. So... super curious to what my opponent does here. I don't know. Maybe they have an out. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're just trying to buy time like we were. Power Plant's fine. Reset Stamp is fine. A Great Catcher Power Plant play would actually be insane. We know they can't Jesse and James. That's fine. There's a Giant Hearth right there. Okay. Well, GG's to my opponent. Oh, wait. No, yeah. I do that right there. Okay, now I have GG's. We'll say well played to them. They're saying a well played. That was a fun match in my personal opinion. Very, very cool. We did get a game 1 win. Which was awesome. Very exciting about this deck. Prizing a couple different Pokemon in a deck that needs to be able to find and discard Pokemon. So pretty good game, I would say, by us. And hopefully it works out in game 2 as well. All right, we out here with another game. Hopefully, oh, this is a really good Pikachu coin. I like this Chonkachu coin. I want one. We're not going to go first, just like we did last game. Hopefully it ends up working out. Vikavolt actually not terrible of a start, in my opinion. I kind of find Vikavolt is pretty decent in some matchups, I would say. There is an Eternatus right here, which may knock out our Vikavolt right away. Let's see. We've got Viridian Force here, which is kind of nice because that allows us to discard another Pokemon. Trying to think if I want to grab a Mewtwo right now, or if I want to stick to like a basic Pokemon that I could throw away, like Reshiram Charizard. Who knows? But again, might want to save the GX for like Crushing Punch or something like that. But we can possibly Paralyzing Bolt Welder, which could be okay. Trying to think if that would be good. I say we Pokegear first. Don't find anything. All right, we're going to have to Dedenne this turn. That's fine. I'm going to attach an energy right here because I think it's kind of a good idea. You know, maybe we do get to Welder later, but we'll go here. We'll grab... might want to grab Mew3, to be honest. I want to grab Mew3. So we prized Flareon and Jolteon again. Jeez. Holy smokes. But we do have the Incineroar, which is a pretty good call, in my opinion. So I think I'm going to grab Mewtwo at this point. I'm going to put Mewtwo down. We're going to Dedenne as well. Go ahead, draw, draw, draw. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to Viridian Force that one away. So then we got 2 in the discard. We kind of did that a little bit incorrectly, but it's kind of okay. No supporter this turn, though. Ooh, no. But we're going to Giant Hearth right here. And no turn 1 Paralyzing Bolt, which feels kind of bad. Yeah, it feels pretty bad. I think maybe I want to get rid of my Viridian Force because I'm not going to be using it in this matchup at all. But yeah, I think we got to stick right here. Maybe I should have attached the 1 onto this Mewtwo so that I could have a chance to be able to do more. At least a tingly return or something. But here's a quick ball for a Crobat or an Eternatus. Maybe they've got a research in their hand right here. But again, really was hoping to be able to item lock turn 1. I thought that would be really, really nice. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right, let's see. Great ball here. Hopefully you whiff. Whiff one time? Dang. Draw support, of course. That's kind of okay. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is a tier 1 deck, that this is the BDIF, the best deck that you should play in format, but I do think it's fun. It's cheeky. It's got some cool things attached to it, and especially with the different variety of attacks that you can use in a Mewtwo deck. I think Mewtwo can surprise a lot of people really at any point in any tournament that you go to, so I think it's kind of worth playing sometimes, and it's a lot of fun. I like Mewtwo decks generally. I know you have a Crobat in there, so Crobat for 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, that's 180. So you take a knockout perfectly right here. So that puts me in a oopsie situation. Thankfully, we'll be able to reset stamp, and hopefully the reset stamp does well. Really hoping for it right now. But we'll go up with Mewtwo right here. We'll definitely go with a stamp right there, and not looking good, Chief. I can't even use a move this turn. Can't even use a move. Maybe I should have fed them to Dene. Maybe it would have been better to feed them to Dene. I don't know. But if I top deck Welder, I want to hit a Crushing Punch real bad. Or I'm sorry, a Darkest Tornado real bad if I get the opportunity to use one of those. So I think we're going to throw away a Fire Energy. I know I mentioned that you want to be careful with throwing away the Fire Energies, but I think with this kind of hand, you know, no supporter at all to help us with Eldegoss, I think we just got to do it. So hopefully, oh, that's not what I wanted to see. So, whew, okay, so hopefully they don't get as many damage counters on here as they want. Crushing Hammer as well in this list. By golly, Batman. Would you just stop hurting me? And then a Research as well. Holy smokes. Yeah, we might not win this game. Our second game on the channel might not be a W. They are going to Dread End, though, for 180, which is really nice, but that's not going to help us because we can't... And the reason that's not going to help us is because of this right here. We can't Dedenne out of this. We could Crobat, but even then, like, I don't know if Crobat helps anything unless I want to waste the Eldegoss, which I might have to, honestly. I might have to do that. We're going to attach this right here. We're going to Quick Ball right here. We're going to grab Crobat so then we can finally draw cards. We're going to place Eldegoss, which is kind of a rip, but we'll draw a couple of those and no way to discard or even attack. Oh boy, this feels really bad. We might have to Gust Up and stall, though I don't know what we bring up specifically. I think we have to do Crobat, have to try to force them to at least get an energy maybe. But, oh boy, here this goes. And I think we just pass. Pretty sad move going for us right now. There's that energy. I think we're going to end up losing this game, chat. That is just my intuition at this point. We'll play it out, though. We'll see how it goes. And then I'll show you the list after this game is done and over. So make sure you stick around for that. All right, we're going to bring up this Mewtwo because it's the beefiest Pokemon that we got. We're going to cry a little bit. We're going to attach this one energy, and we're going to pass. Just going to give the old OO to our opponent, and oh boy. They get all these Pokemon down. There is 1, 2, 3. Knockout right away. Dread End. Whew. So that didn't work out so well, especially with Power Plant in the deck. You could really get caught off guard, especially when an Eternatus is playing Power Plant. There's many iterations of Eternatus, whether that's Poison, you know, the Power Plants that you just saw, or just kind of a straight Eternatus deck that uses like Dark City and things like that. But I know what you're here for. Let's go into the deck list. All right, so here is the Mew3 Lightning Firebox thing. I don't know what you want to call it. I call it Shocking Mew3 because it utilizes lightning Pokemon, and that's not really ordinary. Here is the list for it if you would like it. Again, Mew3 is kind of the base attacker that you will use because it allows you to have a variety of options to be able to use and to go different paths throughout the game. You're obviously playing support Pokemon like Dedenne, Eldegoss, and Crobat, along with a bunch of other variety of things. Remember that you cannot copy Vs, so if you want to utilize Paralyzing Bolt, you have to remember to actually use Vikavolt to be able to do that, because Mew3 only copies GXs and EXs. Has a lot of different flexibility, a lot of very, very good moves, including Flare Blitz with just for 4 energies, you do 300 damage, especially if you have been untouched up to that point. You have the Incineroar with Darkest Tornado, to where if you did get chip damaged, you can go ahead and use Darkest Tornado, especially against a VMAX that has over 300 HP. Like Eternatus, for example. If we had top decked a Welder in that Eternatus match and been able to accelerate the energies onto the accelerate the fire energies onto our Mewtwo, we would have been able to use Darkest Tornado. We would have been able to knock out, because I don't know, you think about 1 or 18 times 50, that's a lot of damage on a single Pokemon. So that would have been a ton of Roonies, and then a bunch of other cute and interesting things going on right now with the Reshiram Charizard. Again, not necessarily using it for Double Blaze GX in my personal opinion, because you've got a couple other GX moves that are pretty useful and cost less than the 6 energies. But you do have the option for Flare Strike. Outrage is a very, very good move, similar to Darkest Tornado in my personal opinion. And then you've got the Choo-Choo, which is one of the big reasons why you're using a Lightning deck, for the flexibility of Tandem Shock and stuff like that. I don't know what you would change if maybe like you didn't want to use Jolteon or Flareon anymore. I think Flareon might be the better of the two, because you get to accelerate the energies if you have a bunch of energies but maybe can't use a Welder because you can't find one or anything like that. And even though the Jolteon's free retreat, you're never going to have it on the field. It's either going to be in your hand or in the discard or in the prizes, I guess you could say. So this is a very, very interesting list. I liked it. I kind of want Tool Scrapper, especially in that Pikarom matchup especially in a Pikarom matchup where maybe like Pikarom is playing Big Charms and you have the Raichu, or maybe in the Volcanion that we saw using that Big Charm, we couldn't knock it out because it had Big Charm on it. A Tool Scrapper would be very nice, especially maybe get rid of one reset stamp. It's not super searchable in my opinion in this, or maybe get rid of Viridian Forest, although I don't know if I think Viridian Force is pretty good because that allows you to search for your lightning energies. So I think maybe the 2 cuttable things would be like a Reset Stamp or a Jolteon. You just have so many good GX moves. I don't know how many times you're actually going to use Swift Run. But nonetheless, very, very cool deck. Very, very cool concept. I'd also think about maybe Greninja, but Greninja doesn't work because it utilizes water energies. So that's going to be all for this deck profile. Let me know what deck profiles you want to see on the channel. Again, Thursday's video is going to be a theme deck for all of my new peeps out there, so I hope you enjoy that. It's going to be fun. I'm going to try to find one of the best, actually, I don't know. There's like a whole meta for theme decks, so I'm excited to ask a couple people about those and what they think are kind of some of the best theme decks, and then do profiles on them for you all for the playlist. We do have an entire playlist dedicated to new people, so if you're new to the Pokemon trading card game, make sure you go check that out. I think it's pretty good. There's one video that I have to redo in there, just because there was some reason I didn't find out about this until like a couple days ago. One of the videos like paused in the middle of it, and I think it was when it uploaded to YouTube, because I double check my videos before I upload them to YouTube, but something must have happened when it was going up to YouTube that it messed up. So I'll try to get that done this week if you do check out that playlist. It's only one video though. There's some other really good videos in that playlist. But remember, we're not very good at video games, but we have a fun time doing it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, cool deck profiles. Shout out to Vince Mallow and JW Creewall, Flex Daddy Righteous for kind of making this deck and archetype. It was pretty cool. I don't know if it can win a lot of tournaments, but you can definitely have fun with it, especially on ladder, to give you a kind of a fresh new deck to play. But anyways, stay safe, wash your hands, go vote. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you on Thursday.